I'm just walking along the beach and see two sea turtles. This is the second one. I know you're supposed to stay clear of them and not harass them or anything like that, so I'm just going to keep on moving. But I'm going to start today's video from Maui. Now you're probably wondering, how the heck did I get from that working on that kitchen every day to being on Maui? Well, I got my portion all finished, and there was a break in time because of the countertops. They measured right there on the last day, and it was going to take like 10-12 days. So my wife and I said, hey, let's go to Maui for Christmas, and that's where we're at. It's our last day, so I'm already getting ready to go to work tomorrow morning. We fly out at 8 p.m. tonight and get back home, a direct flight at 8:15 in the morning, and I will go straight to work. Hopefully I can sleep on the plane. I got a new YouTube channel. For those of you who are always asking about money, the business, how to price things, where I put all the money that I charge these people, that's going to be on my new channel called The Handyman Business. The link will be in the description. What I have chose to do is come back to the workshop and do some work here. I told you about that flat crown that has to be seamed. I said, you know, it's like 24 degrees out, and I think I want to do my cuts in a nice heated workshop. I want to have it set up on this nice flat workbench. There's the two pieces right there to get my seam as tight as possible. Now, what else am I doing? I'm building some jigs for the cabinet pulls. And this brings us to the color. This is, it's like a very, very dark brown, almost black. There's two different sizes. There's upper doors, lower doors. I'm gonna make a right and a left for the upper and a right and a left for the lower. Still waiting for confirmation on the design of the backsplash and other design features. Speaking of designers, the topic of brush nickel came up. Basically, an interior designer at this day and time, could change next week, this is the end of December, will literally go into convulsions if you mention brush nickel. Brush nickel is out of style. I mentioned it in my LED light fixture video. People are, took offense to that.
I got brush nickel in my house.
I got brush nickel in my workshop. All these cabinets, all these cabinets, even the base cabinets, all the base cabinets over there that make up that whole miter saw workstation over there, came out of that kitchen. And we could have a whole nother discussion about cabinet quality and grades of cabinets. I mean, the comments on these videos, there's a lot of opinions on cabinet quality. I think I'm going to do a separate video on the tools that I use to install them, the exact methods that I use to install them, and we're going to go over and look at these 30-year-old cabinets, these builder grade, bottom of the line builder grade cabinets, and see how they've held up. And I think you're going to be surprised. I don't know if you can make this out, but I have my drawing out on my workbench. These are the dimensions to the first hole. The second hole is 5 inches from the center of this bottom hole. This here is going to be the lower cabinet, or base cabinet door. So I got to make a right and a left and a left. So 4 jigs. I'm going to use this nice 3/4 inch scrap piece of plywood. One of the most useful tools I have is this tiny little combination square. I have 2 of them. I think I've lost the second one, and I'm going to order 3 more. I want 2 in the workshop and 2 out in my tool trailer so that I'm never without it. But it is amazing how useful this little thing is. So right there, I just got the exact depth. It's 3/4 inch plywood, but it doesn't measure 3/4 inches. You tip this on its side. This is a 32nd under 3/4. And who measures that? So I'm just going to start by getting an idea, drawing out this line here. I'm going to cut this up, and hopefully you will be able to follow along and kind of put the pieces together and see what the heck I'm doing. I know it's got to be a certain distance or a certain length to wrap around each corner. This is what I'm drawing here. Each corner of the cabinet, it's going to hug it and have 2 holes in it. So I just put it right up to the bottom of the cabinet door and drill 2 holes. So here's a little guessing game for the guys who like tools. You can see I got an issue here. I got this giant miter saw, literally 40 inches, and I still don't have full capacity, as you can see here. 40 inches out into the room. What saw am I going to replace this with? Would you hate that?
Oh, gotta get my safety specs on. Hold on, everybody. Hold on now. Hold on.
I feel like I'm in a spacesuit. A lot of you guys have been asking, when am I going to get myself a glue bot? Whatever that. Well, I got one. I got myself a glue bot. I never leave for the day without a knife that I can't shave with. Those are 90 degrees so that these holes are perfectly parallel to this line. This line down here is basically just a stop. This one here is the alignment. But yes, I'm going to use a little bit of wood glue. Oh, they think of everything. So this little floppy thing sticks right on the top there. Put a link in the description for this. A lot of you keep asking in the comments, which is okay. I'm okay with comments. Where did you get that? Where's that tool? Where's that clamp? Where'd you get those poles? Always look in the description, and if there's a relevant tool that I'm using in that particular video, there will most likely be a link in the description. These two here are the upper cabinets. These two here would be right and left lower cabinets. And I'm going to write that on them right now so that I drill the holes the correct way. Now, I'm just using the same ruler that was attached to the combination square. And I've counted up 2 5/8 and have drawn a pencil mark. And now I'm just drawing a cross mark on that line. Right there. And if I did it right, I should be able to mark 5. I'm gonna double check. I bet they were aiming for 5 inches. It's close enough to 5 inches. Well, there it is. The holes are perfectly aligned, and I don't know if this will show up on camera because it can wiggle a little bit. And if I really need to, I can go up a drill bit size and have a little bit more room. That's why a lot of guys, they don't make these jigs, because if you do this every single day for a living, you probably get really good at it, and you don't need to make jigs. You can just use a tape measure and just and go to town. But I just wanted to make this jig to make sure that I get it perfect. Can't afford mistakes. I have noticed the paint on these things is not very sturdy.